Okay guys, how's it going? Voodoo51292 here, and I'm coming to you with channel update number 5. Today is Saturday, February the 26th of 2011, and today we may have a 2 to even maybe 3-part channel update. We have so much to talk about. I can't believe that I have so much to talk about in today's update. But we're going to jump right in and try to fit all this in as little time as we can. Right? The first thing I want to say is that I just filmed the Dead Space 2 game review finally, as I said I would. By the time you see this video, that video will be up. I will be uploading that before this one. So that is up now if you're watching this video, and you can go check it out. Again, I highly recommend that you do that. I put a lot of hard work into it, a lot of thought for a couple of days about what I wanted to say, and it's a pretty long one. It's about half an hour long, and it's very thorough, and I think you guys would really find it informative, so I encourage you to go check that out if you haven't already. So that's up. I wanted to say about that. If you see me looking down like I am now, it's because I have my laptop here. There's so much to talk about. I actually had to make notes about everything I wanted to talk about so that I wouldn't forget. Okay. The next thing I want to mention is the footage of the Black Ops campaign, which has started to go up, and I know that people are like, well, Josh, you said that, you know, this might get pushed off till summer, but you're doing it now. What happened? Well, I had last week nothing to play. Okay, I was getting tired of the multiplayer. I was tired of putting out multiplayer footage. I think there's enough of it. Okay, and I really was bored. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to jump in and try it and see how it is. And surprisingly, it's been very good. I've been having a lot of fun playing it. And so those videos are up. There's about 9 or so up right now, videos. I have a lot more on my computer that I took at the end of the week, but I haven't uploaded them yet because I'm at home, and obviously you know the whole deal about my internet here, and I really can't push through a lot of mass videos. I'll upload like this channel update and the Dead Space 2 review while I'm here, but the rest of the Black Ops footage, whatever I do today maybe, which I don't know how much it's going to be. I actually have somewhere to go tonight. I am back in town, and my girlfriend is a cheerleader for the high school that she's at, where she's a senior, and they're marching in a Mardi Gras parade tonight. And actually the end of the route is very close to Tyler's house, and he's home this weekend as well. So instead of her wanting, you know, she doesn't want to ride the bus back to school, so I actually am going to go hang out with Tyler for a little while tonight, and then go wind up picking her up at the end of the parade route. And hanging out for a little while and then taking her home. So that's where I have to go tonight. I don't know how much I'm going to get filmed tonight, if any, but all the footage I took at the end of the week and anything I do tonight, that will all come up tomorrow night, okay, Sunday night. And so that's the deal with that. I have to get this done before the weekend, before Killzone 3, because if I don't, it's never going to get done. I have a ridiculously hectic week at school again, more tests, more this and more that, but anytime I can, I'm going to try to squeeze that campaign in there and get it finished. Because, again, if I don't get it done by the weekend, it's just not going to get done. So that's the deal with the Black Ops campaign, okay? Now, a big thing I want to talk about is, again, the upcoming weekend with Killzone 3, hopefully getting it on Friday. What I just learned, actually, which made me extremely happy, is that this weekend coming up, next weekend, is actually going to be Mardi Gras weekend. It's the weekend right before Mardi Gras. So that means that I get some time off of school. Not a whole lot, but I obviously get the Saturday and Sunday, as usual, off. And then I also get Monday and Tuesday, so Lundy and Mardi Gras off. And then I don't have to go back to school until 12:30 in the afternoon on Wednesday, which means I only have one class on Wednesday at 1:30. So, excuse me, throat's getting dry. So what does that mean? Well, it means I have more time to play Killzone 3, okay? Friday when I get back, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So that's good stuff. But there's a hitch, okay? As you know, if you watch my bio video, my short little biography video, which I hope you do, I guess technically it'd be an auto-bio video, wouldn't it? I may have to change the title of that. Anyway, you'll know that I don't drink, okay? So as far as Mardi Gras is concerned, first of all, I'm from New Orleans, okay? I don't like Mardi Gras that much. I really don't. It's really not a big deal for me, and I'm going to give you a bunch of reasons why, okay? This has nothing to do with gaming, but I think it's interesting for people who don't know about New Orleans to know about Mardi Gras and what the locals, or at least me, what I view Mardi Gras as, okay? So like I said, I don't drink, alright, so about 75% of the experience right there is taken away, okay? Another thing, those parades are ridiculously crowded. Like, you wouldn't even imagine how crowded these parades are if you've never been here. They're insane. The big ones are insane. And the big ones, I mean next weekend. Next weekend, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. All 4 days I'm off, there's a big parade every one of those days. And those get out of control, insane amount of people. And I don't like being around that many people. Sorry, I don't. And considering that 90% of them are drunk off their ass, I really don't appreciate it, okay? You can't go to the bathroom. There's nowhere, and you're on this parade route all day, okay? If you're going to a night parade, you better get there at like noon if the parade starts at like 7 at night, or you ain't gonna find parking, and you sure as hell ain't gonna find a spot on the street, okay? So you're there all day. There's no bathrooms. All the businesses on the street close, obviously, so you can't go in there and use the bathrooms. The only bathrooms they have are those nasty ass freaking porta potties, okay? And the lines for those things are from New Orleans to Houston, Texas, okay? They're ridiculously long, so you can't even get in there to use. I don't know how women even manage at Mardi Gras going to the bathroom. At least, you know, if I get into a porta potty, I can use it if I close my eyes and hold my breath, okay? For them, I don't know, because those are like some of the dirtiest, like the most dirt you'll find in a little cubicle area in your entire life is a porta potty, okay? And there's no food or drink. There's no regular supply of that stuff. You gotta pretty much bring your own stuff, because there's a limited amount of food stands. Again, the lines for those are outrageous, and if you get to them, they're charging you like $10 for a bowl of nasty-ass jambalaya, okay? And that's been sitting out there all day. So, for me, listen, I don't understand the big deal about Mardi Gras. I really don't. I don't see the big deal in it. Okay, I don't drink. I don't like being out there with that many freaking people. Okay, and last note, unfortunately, Mardi Gras can be pretty dangerous. Okay, a couple of years ago, which basically, quick time check here. All right, basically this event pretty much sucked all of the fun out of Mardi Gras for me completely. Okay. A couple of years ago, I went for the very first time on Mardi Gras Day to Rex, which is, if you're not familiar with Carnival, it's the big parade on Mardi Gras Day. The King of Rex is like the King of Carnival and everything. They roll through uptown and stuff, and they stop at the mayor's office and they do a toast to the king, and it's a big old deal. And my friend wanted me to go, so I went, and this thing rolls late morning, early afternoon is when Rex starts, okay? So you gotta get down there at like 8 o'clock in the morning, which we did, and we actually wound up having to park near the housing projects and walk over there. Anyway, I digress. So we get over there, and I don't know if anyone knows of this, but this was 2 years ago, and there was actually a big shooting at that parade, okay, at Rex. It was people who weren't even actually living in New Orleans at the time. They were people who were here. I think they were actually living in the housing projects down here before Katrina hit. When Katrina hit, they all moved over to Texas, and then they came back for some reason to New Orleans for Mardi Gras and decided, hey, we're going to start shooting people. So these, I think it was either 2 or 3 of them. I can't remember, but they were actually here from Houston, and they wound up for no reason. They never knew why these people started shooting or anything. There was no reason. There was no fight or anything like that. They just randomly opened fire, and they wound up shooting about 7 people along the parade route in one area, and it actually made CNN. It was national news. It was a huge deal. 7 people shot on the parade route on Mardi Gras Day in New Orleans. It was a huge deal. And yeah, all of that, my friend and I were directly across the street from all of it, okay? I had never heard gunfire in my entire life. I never even been around guns, except obviously the police officers I've stood next to who have guns, but had no idea about gunfire or anything like that. When it started going off, I thought it was firecrackers, okay? And then all of a sudden, the people across the street started screaming, running across the street, and all of a sudden all the cops come out of the crowd and they're all running. They start pulling out their guns and stuff. People are hitting the floor and they're screaming that people got shot, okay? And I've never been so scared in my entire life. I not literally, I don't know how, but not literally, but figuratively shit my pants everywhere, okay? I mean, there's cops running down the street with their guns out and stuff, and people are screaming, and people are across the street were on the ground who had gotten shot, okay? It was ridiculous. It was insane, okay? So no thank you. Call me crazy, but after all those things I just talked about, I'm not interested in going to Mardi Gras, okay? I'd much rather be in my own house where I'm safe, number one, I got a freaking bathroom, I can eat something, and I have a bed, okay? And usually they have the news crews set up on the major parade routes and they put them on TV anyway. So if I'm not interested, I can turn on the freaking television and watch it while laying in bed, alright? This will definitely be a 2-part channel update. But, so all that being said, yeah, I ain't too fond of going to Mardi Gras, alright? You know, why people enjoy it so much is beyond me. I don't really understand, okay? However, here's the hitch I was talking about. On Sunday night, next Sunday, is one of the big ones. Like I said, Friday through Tuesday, there's a big parade every night. And Sunday's night is called Bacchus, alright? And it's a big one. It's the only one I haven't been to. I've been to the one on Saturday in Endymion, Monday, which is Orpheus. And I just told you all about my great experience with the Rex on Mardi Gras Day. But Sunday night is Bacchus, which I've never been to. And actually, my parents have some very, very rich friends who I wouldn't mind if they got to know a little bit better. I'm just saying. And anyway, it just so happens they own a house on St. Charles Avenue. Now, if you're not familiar with New Orleans or the city, St. Charles Avenue is probably like one of, if not the most famous streets in all of New Orleans. Okay, if you've ever seen the pictures of New Orleans with the big trees and the typical New Orleans style architecture with like the wrought iron balconies, and it's a really pretty area, and the streetcars, that's the main thing. That's the street that all the streetcars really run on. They've got, like I said, beautiful trees, landscaping, very nice houses, New Orleans architecture all over the place. I love it. That's St. Charles Avenue, okay? So if you get an image of your head that's New Orleans, that's not the French Quarter, it's probably St. Charles Avenue. And that's where their house is. And also, that's one of, if not the, most expensive areas to live in all of New Orleans. I don't know that for a fact, because of course there's still the Garden District and stuff like that, but let me put it to you this way. The houses on St. Charles Avenue probably go for like $1.5 to $2 million a piece. Okay? Yeah, I'm not exaggerating. Like $2 million a piece over there. And these people own one, okay, and it's got a balcony, and the parade is going to roll right down St. Charles, right past their house. And we were invited to go to these people's house for Bacchus. So, A, parade I've never seen, the only big four I haven't seen. B, I'm going to be in a $2 million freaking house on St. Charles Avenue, alright? 3, they're going to have food, and D, they're going to have a bathroom, okay? And E, it's in a safe part of town. St. Charles Avenue, for the most part, is pretty safe, depending on where you are, and where their house is a safe area of St. Charles Avenue. So yeah, I'm going to be checking that out, okay? And that's on Sunday. I don't know if the parade rolls at night. I don't know if it's close to the beginning or the end of the parade route. I really don't know. And I don't know what time we're going to get down there. I don't know how much of the day Sunday that's going to take up. So I may be able to play some Killzone 3 when I wake up, and in the early parts of the day, I may not be able to get to it at all, okay? And I may also be going to a parade Saturday night or Monday night. The one Saturday is kind of 50-50. I think as of late it's kind of been like 20-80% that I'm not going to that one. And the one on Monday night is like 5% to 95% I'm not going. So at the end of the day, I'm probably only going to Bacchus on Sunday night, which leaves me lots of time to play Killzone 3. Alright, at this point we're going to have to cut the channel update and come back with part 2 and finish talking about all the stuff I want to talk about. So come back for part 2.